Marin, can I also have some follow-ups on this one?
Yeah,
This is so fascinating. So,
sure.
um, um, I agree with you that the top of like the inbound marketing is not new,
Yeah.
but it is still is a challenge in a lot of organizations because of the measurement, the success metrics, and the tracking is so hard as when it comes to the top of funnel content.
Hmm.
What were the success metric for these top of funnel type of content, and what was the conversion window? Like, did you have to almost like set a multi-touch attribution model or working with performance marketing team to retarget these people? Tell us a little bit more about like how you actually, make the top of funnel content work.
Yeah, yeah. And so again, this one was for the Microsoft 365 subscription. So it was a shorter attribution window. It's you're basically going to sign up or you're not within 30 days on there. So in terms of success metrics, initially it was geared around overall traffic increases, and then it moved towards revenue in terms of signups for ARR and working with other teams to also determine the value of, because it wasn't just conversion elements all the time. There's also download this other white paper for another product. So we're starting to build that infrastructure with other teams there as well to better understand what the value of like downloading that PDF for the CRM solution would lead to eventually. But short term, it was overall consumption, traffic, direct conversions on there, which is pretty easy to do. How many people clicked and signed up, and then working midterm and long term with the lifecycle team as well to re-engage people who did give us their email but didn't sign up, as well as with other stakeholders on the longer term value for things like a white paper for CRM. Um, I left there before those other those other things were able to get fully implemented on there. But I think you're definitely right, and that's how you should think about it over the long term. Like, of course, focus on direct revenue and conversion, but particularly if you have more expensive, higher touch or products that take multiple touch points on there, you just have to work collaboratively to better understand and articulate that top of the funnel value.
Sometimes I get questions from executives, especially who's not super familiar with marketing, and they want to have keyword level insights. It says, oh, like this keyword, how much revenue is it driving? Which is kind of hard. You can track on
Yeah.
page level, but like a keyword level is kind of hard. How are you actually like answering these type of questions on like the limitation on tracking?
Yeah, I mean, so I remember when Google used to tell you this in Google Analytics, and it was great. You used to be able to do that. So it's I mean, you can do a combination of like SEMrush, Ahrefs, and then use your, if you are doing paid on non-branded, they'll give you some insights into there. But it is going to be hard. Like it is directional, and you have to set those expectations accordingly early, as well as set the expectations that with a lot of content marketing, it's not going to be, particularly non-branded side, it's not going to be, oh, I want to learn about an AI writing solution. Oh, I'm reading this article about how to use it. Now I'm going to buy. Like it's still going to take multiple touch points on there. So I try to set those expectations early. Like, yes, we want to scoop up all of those bottom funnel, really high intent, non-branded. Make sure we are CRO and conversion rating the hell out of them, but set the expectations that it just doesn't work that way all the time. Like people need this touch point to get education on it, and they may or may not come back due to other marketing touch points as well.
It's great that you mentioned this because like we run into these like attribution question
Sure.
all the time. And like one thing is, oh yeah, like you give credits to every touch point equally. Other times you have like first touch, last touch. Like how have you been solving that question of like did this top of funnel content or that page actually worked and driving impact?
Yeah, I mean this always this eternal challenge for content people in particular, because you of course want to have that attribution be a lot, right? So for the things that are very binary, if they did convert or did they not on that page, like sure, you have that, and that's always going to be that small point. And then you just have to work with your stakeholders throughout the rest of the org to better understand how much this actually moves the needle for this audience. Once you have large enough cohort and segments of users and you have enough data on there for a lot of early stages or even later stages, like it's hard. Like, and I don't know the answer a lot of time, but what I can do is get to a place where you feel comfortable and in agreement with your other stakeholders, set those, and then just like work towards them. And then if you have to iterate over time, like you're never going to get attribution right on your first 1 to 5 times. Even then, I'd argue like it shifts all the time. So just build something that you are comfortable with, and then just continue to iterate from there.
Yeah, were you primarily just leveraging cookies to track, or?
Yeah, we'd have cookies there at Microsoft, and then what do we use? Adobe. We use Adobe. I forgot what else we did there. It was a little while ago now.
Yeah. It's like what we found is like because of the all the cookie blockers that you get like a less and less
Well,
ability
yeah.
to track, which makes things worse, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing up a great point in terms of just like overall attribution is getting harder. And, we always can and should strive to have as rigorous and as like scientifically or data-backed attribution as we can, but we also have to understand the constraints that are real. There's giving us less and less information, and we just have to continue to push forward with the best information we have.